I'm seeing this common theme with these umpires that I think you got to watch out for. And if this is your next umpire, I'm gonna make sure you're prepared for it. So that way you can stay focused on the task at hand. Stay focused on each pitch and being in the now. Another day of gains in the bag, but we're gonna get right back to this video. And bad calls, man, they happen. We all make mistakes. We're human, right? But bad umpires, that's a different story. Speaking of stories, let me tell you a quick one. So this weekend on Mother's Day, we had a game. By the way, pause this video, text your mom, tell her you love her, go give her a hug if she's in the next room, and while you're at it, subscribe too. So pre-game, we're going over the ground rules. For some reason, the umpire had to mention how his strike zone is and how it's tailored to promoting swing the bat. So at that point, I knew it was going to be a long game. So the big theme today is going to be just off. Now, that just off means that the ball is off the plate. And let me tell you about those. One of our guys strikes out swinging at a high pitch, right? But then when we turn back, I look at the first two pitches and I see they were in, clearly in, to the point where the hitter had to hop back. And were the hop backs necessary? They were super necessary.
They were super necessary.
So I go up to the blue, I say, hey, those first two pitches were in. He says, what do you mean? Those pitches were right here. Hey, bro, is that where you're calling it? Like, those aren't even on the black. He's like, yeah, but they're just off. Okay, so then just off means it's a ball. Yeah, but we want them swinging. Just off called strikes on an 0-0 count is completely different than a just off call on a... After that just off conversation we had, noticeably, deliberately took it out on the team. And that's the problem. Anyways, yo, for real though, I'm not gonna mention that bad umpire stuff anymore because that's not what we can control. But what we can control is something that we're gonna go over right now. The first tip I got for you is to adjust accordingly. Now, if blue is calling high pitches, then with two strikes, you might have to swing at that high pitch.
What did the Plátano say when he lost his phone? Who knows? Where did Mofon go?
Is to move slower. So move slower. That allows your heart rate to relax. It allows you to relax. Your heart rate begins to match your breathing, which is actually another tip to make sure you take some good breaths. Now, you've heard about the two-strike approach as well. The two-strike approach, aka condensed movements, is another thing you can work on when umpires are being silly or when pitchers are being really good. It's just a matter of condensing all the movements to where you're not doing anything that might throw you off time. How can I show trust? Visually. Trust your work, trust your confidence, trust your preparation, trust that you're gonna get the job done. Even if you don't, you still trust. So I mentioned trust. I trust myself so much that I won't roll over to the shortstop, that I put the camera towards shortstop to get a better angle for you guys with no protection. So this umpiring situation is getting out of hand to the point where we're trying to replace real umpires with robot umpires. And this kind of reminds me of the situation going on in mixed martial arts right now, where some of the judges are just, I don't know what fights they're watching, but it's like, hey, yeah, that guy missing the eye, he wins this fight. It's getting that bad over there too. What they're trying to do is replace some of those judges with former fighters. The idea is that the fighters can judge a fight because they've been in it. And it's kind of like the strike zone. A hitter's strike zone is different than an umpire's strike zone. And I think putting the actual hitters behind the plate, calling balls or strikes, or even on the computer, who knows, having that not only keeps the natural element of human nature intact. If hitters are behind the plate, hell, we can even put pitchers behind the plate. Put former ballers behind the plate that know the strike zone. And I think that'll solve so much of the issues with the balls and strikes and the bad umpiring. I mean, I just don't think it can get any worse, honestly. I think Pete Rose is better than a robot. It makes the hitter's job so much harder. But now, with hitters, umpires, hitting would be so much fun. And now hitters can just focus on smashing the ball. And you can focus on smashing that like button, that subscribe button, hitting that bell so you don't miss a video. Dedicated to make you a better athlete on the diamond. So with that, y'all already know what time it is. Got my NASA shirt because it's to the moon. It's a crypto reference, by the way. The time is now.